The internet didn't just break today, it disintegrated, folded itself in half, and tried to reboot after Charleston White opened his mouth and unleashed a claim so wild, so chaotic, so explosively messy that fans had to pause their lives just to process it. He didn't ease into it. He didn't warm up the audience. He jumped straight into the deep end, screaming that Chrisean Rock had a dark plan for Junior, and the second those words left his lips, you could practically hear the gossip universe crack like cheap glass. Fans didn't react normally. They reacted like someone told them their favorite TV show got cancelled mid-season. People were rewinding clips, screen recording his expression, zooming into the background like there were Easter eggs hidden in the shadows. Charleston spoke with the confidence of a man who believes he is delivering the next national emergency broadcast, and the internet treated him exactly like that. This wasn't shock, this was shock therapy delivered at full voltage, and the moment he asked, "Y'all ready for the truth?" the entire timeline panicked like he was about to reveal Area 51 secrets. One thing was clear: whatever Charleston claimed next was about to set the digital world on fire. Charleston White didn't walk into the drama, he marched in like a man carrying a torch into a fireworks factory, fully prepared for the explosion he was about to cause. His live started calmly, almost too calmly, the kind of calm that tells you someone is about to drop a bomb big enough to create its own weather system. And then he said it, that now infamous line, "Chrisean Rock had a dark plan for JRB." Those words alone sent shockwaves through the internet so violently the Wi-Fi started buffering out of fear. Fans weren't ready. Nobody was ready. Charleston spoke like a man holding confidential files, forbidden secrets, and a personal vendetta against silence. Immediately, comment sections turned into high-speed panic zones. People were typing in all caps, asking, "WHAD plan? What is he talking about?" Some fans replayed the clip 40 times, convinced Charleston blinked 3 times in a coded message. Others started making theories before he even finished speaking. That's the power Charleston has. He can drop half a sentence and the internet builds a 12-season storyline around it. And in this moment, he knew exactly what he was doing. He was stirring the pot with a gold-plated spoon for maximum effect. Charleston, being Charleston, didn't clarify anything right away. No, he dragged it out like a seasoned villain enjoying the suspense. He talked in circles, hinted at conversations, mentioned inside sources, and paused dramatically like he was narrating a documentary on ancient scandals. The man understands theatrics. He understands how to turn a rumor into a thunderstorm. And every exaggeration, every inflection, every eyebrow raise made fans lean in closer, hanging on to every word like it was gospel. Charleston wasn't just telling a story, he was conducting a digital orchestra of panic. Meanwhile, Chrisean Rock's name was flying across social media faster than people could spell it. Fans who were cooking dinner stopped cooking. People who were working stopped working. Everyone became a detective instantly. Some said, "Charleston lying, he always lying," while others said, "Wait, but what if he's telling the truth?" And that tiny seed of doubt was all Charleston needed. He thrives on chaos like plants thrive on sunlight. The moment he felt the internet questioning itself, he took it even farther. He claimed Chrisean had a plan for Junior that didn't look motherly and didn't sound normal. And those vague words were enough to make the internet combust. People started stitching his claims into TikToks, making dramatic edits with thriller music playing in the background. Reaction channels popped open their cameras, rushing to give their takes before the clip aged even 1 hour. Fans began pulling up old videos of Chrisean parenting Junior, analyzing every single gesture like they were forensic experts. Some said she was too rough with him. Others said she was too unpredictable. A few even said Charleston might be exaggerating. But still, something is off. Suddenly, a random live clip became a full national debate. That's the Charleston effect. But the moment the rumor reached Blueface's side of the internet, the temperature spiked. Blueface fans began arguing fiercely with Chrisean fans, each side defending their favorite like this was the Super Bowl of toxicity. People started posting threads like, "Y'all remember when Chrisean said this?" Or "Blueface been said she wild." It turned into a digital boxing match, no gloves, no rules, just raw chaos. By the time the conversation hit Zeus fans, they were already writing scripts for a potential spin-off episode titled Dark Plan, The Chrisean Conspiracy. Then came the screenshots, the DMs, the fake receipts, the dramatic voice notes with terrible audio quality that people insisted were real. Someone posted a clip of Charleston laughing after his claim, calling him evil for knowing the truth. Another posted a slow-motion video of Chrisean rocking Jr. angrily, captioned, "Look, she had something planned." The internet wasn't just running with the rumor, it was sprinting, like it was trying to win a gold medal. And somewhere in the madness, Charleston just sat back, watching the digital wildfire spread without one drop of water in sight. But the real drama started when Charleston finally doubled back and explained what he meant. He didn't make it better. He made it worse. He claimed Chrisean had a plan that would mess up Junior's future, a vague statement that could mean anything: parenting choices, lifestyle decisions, chaotic behavior, but the internet twisted it into something 10 times darker. Charleston knew exactly what he was doing. He didn't correct anybody. He didn't deny anything. He let the crowd run wild like an unleashed stampede. Because Charleston feeds off attention the way engines feed off gasoline. By now, Chrisean herself had no idea this storm was brewing. She was somewhere minding her business, unaware that Charleston had just turned her into the villain of the week. And the internet doesn't forgive or wait, they crown villains instantly. Comments started flooding her old posts. People dragged up old arguments. Fans questioned every emotional reaction she ever had online. This wasn't fair, but the internet doesn't care about fairness, only entertainment. Even celebrities chimed in quietly. A few posted cryptic messages. One wrote, "People lie every day." Another wrote, "Kids don't deserve messy adults." They didn't name names, but the internet filled in the blanks. Fan accounts began tagging celebrities, asking for opinions. Journalists began drafting headlines. Commentators began scripting their coverage. The machine was moving, and Charleston was the one who flipped the switch. And when Charleston saw how big the wildfire grew, he didn't backpedal. He poured gasoline on top. He said he'd seen signs, he'd heard stories, he'd connected the dots, all without providing one shred of solid evidence. Yet somehow, the internet treated him like he had insider access to everyone's personal diaries. He had people believing he cracked a government-level case. That's the thing with Charleston, he has the charisma of a chaotic pastor delivering a sermon no one asked for but everyone listens to, and this was just the beginning. Because once the rumor hit maximum volume, the consequences, well, they were about to explode. The moment Charleston's claim hit full speed, the internet turned into a digital demolition derby with everybody ramming their opinions into each other like they were competing for a championship trophy. What started as a vague statement suddenly mutated into a full-blown scandal as fans twisted, stretched, and reimagined Charleston's words into something that looked like a Netflix crime documentary. Influencers jumped in immediately, not to bring clarity, of course, but to pour more gasoline on the flames. One influencer posted, "Charleston don't speak without knowing something." That one comment alone set off 1,000 new conspiracies. Before lunch, people began making long Twitter threads, connecting clips across months, analyzing Chrisean's behavior like she was the season villain of their favorite show. Someone dragged up an old moment where she yelled during an argument and captioned it, "The signs were there." Another person slowed down a video of her holding Junior and claimed her facial expression revealed hidden intentions. The internet wasn't investigating. They were auditioning to be detectives in a fictional universe they created themselves. And Charleston? He was sitting somewhere laughing like a chaotic uncle watching his nieces fight over a toy. But the celebrity reactions were the real gasoline dump. Little Duval tweeted a simple, and that emoji combo alone generated 30,000 responses from fans convinced he knew something. A rapper who barely knows either of them tweeted, "Y'all be surprised what people capable of," and somehow the internet treated it like a sworn affidavit. Even Blueface's old rivals threw shade, dropping cryptic bars and laughing emojis that made fans believe they were part of the inside circle. It became impossible to tell who had real information and who was just enjoying the mess. Meanwhile, Chrisean's fanbase, the Rock Nation of chaos enthusiasts, came swinging hard. They defended her with the energy of bodyguards outside a wild nightclub. They said Charleston was clout chasing. They said he was lying for views. They said he was projecting his own drama onto her. But the defenders were outnumbered by people who simply loved the storyline too much to let it go. They didn't need facts, they needed entertainment. And Charleston giving them a villainous Chrisean arc? That was pure gold. Then came the edits, dramatic, dark, suspenseful edits that made Chrisean look like she was plotting something that would topple empires. TikTok creators added dramatic filters, shadow overlays, and ominous music that made regular clips look like horror scenes. Even people who knew the edits were exaggerated couldn't help but watch them on loop. Reaction channels produced hour-long breakdowns with titles like "Charleston White wasn't lying, here's proof." The proof? A combination of vibes, guesses, and overanalyzed facial expressions. But the internet ate it up anyway. And then, someone posted a fake leaked text thread claiming Charleston got his info from a friend close to the situation. The text was clearly photoshopped, different fonts, random typos, timestamps that made no sense, but that didn't stop it from going mega viral. Suddenly everyone treated the screenshot like it came from the FBI archives. People started sending it to bloggers, who posted it with captions like "unconfirmed but concerning." Bloggers love that word, unconfirmed. It protects them legally but still lets them feed the chaos. Blueface's reaction, or rather, lack of reaction, made everything even worse. People kept refreshing his page like they were waiting for a live confession. Every hour of silence felt like a revelation in itself. Fans said he was processing the truth. Others said he was hiding. A few dramatic fans said he was protecting Junior from the storm. All Blueface did was breathe, and still, people treated it like evidence. The man couldn't post a meme without people dissecting it like DNA. Even more dramatic was the fact that Chrisean still hadn't responded. Her silence became the internet's favorite horror movie soundtrack. People posted clips of her looking serious and wrote captions like, "She thinking about the plan." Others posted videos of her smiling and claimed it was evil energy. Some fans even insisted she was too calm, and others claimed she was too active. Basically, no matter what she did, even if she did nothing, people were convinced it supported Charleston's story. Then came the fake experts, the armchair psychologists, the wannabe criminologists, the self-proclaimed childhood behavior analysts. They uploaded videos explaining why Charleston might be telling the truth based on Chrisean's emotional patterns. Emotional patterns? One woman even made a chart like she was presenting a college thesis on chaos. Another guy drew arrows and circles on screenshots of Junior like he was analyzing crime scene footage. People were working harder on this rumor than they ever worked on actual school assignments. And in the middle of all this chaos, Charleston went live again. And you already know, he did not help. He doubled down, tripled down, quadrupled down. He said there were things the public didn't know yet, which obviously sent the internet into DEFCON 1 meltdown. He implied he had sources, inside information, witnesses, and even spiritual discernment, because Charleston loves mixing facts and fiction until nobody knows which is which. He said Chrisean's energy ain't right. Her decisions weren't normal, and her actions paint a picture, WHAD picture. Didn't matter. The internet connected the dots themselves. Even if the dots weren't real, people began making live predictions. They said the story would blow up bigger. They said more evidence was coming. Someone even posted, "Watch, something's gonna leak tonight," and when nothing leaked, they claimed it got deleted. The rumor had grown legs, arms, wings, and a Netflix contract. Whether true or not, the internet believed, not because Charleston proved anything, but because chaos always wins online, and just when people thought it couldn't escalate anymore, a new twist surfaced. A well-known gossip page claimed they had a tip about Chrisean's recent behavior that aligned with Charleston's claims. They didn't share the tip. They didn't share the source. They didn't even share the details. They simply wrote, "Something is definitely going on." That was it. And boom, the internet exploded again. Fans treated that vague sentence like it was the final piece of the puzzle. Charleston had officially created a monster, and the consequences were loading.by the time this rumor reached maximum velocity. The internet wasn't just reacting, it was spiraling, collapsing into a vortex of theories, edits, accusations, jokes, panic, and OMG, did you see this? Voice notes being sent in every group chat in America. Charleston White had successfully done what he always does: light a spark and watch it turn into a wildfire. But the aftermath of this rumor? This one hit harder, spread faster, and mutated wilder than anything the blogs had seen in months. People weren't just talking, they were foaming at the digital mouth. The first major collapse happened within Chrisean's own fanbase. Half of them were fighting for her honor like they were trying to win a championship belt for loyalty. The other half were confused, scared, or questioning old moments they never thought twice about before. Screenshots of Chrisean disciplining Junior resurfaced, even though none of them proved anything. But on the internet, evidence isn't required. Vibes are enough. The vibe detectives were working overtime, circling her expressions and inventing meanings out of shadows in the background. It was wild, delusional, and peak social media behavior. Blueface's camp, meanwhile, was dealing with their own emotional earthquake. Rumor storms around Chrisean always end up splashing onto Blueface whether he likes it or not. His followers demanded clarity, posting things like, "Bro, say something," and "Is this true or not?" But his silence only amplified the chaos. People began writing entire psychological profiles of him, claiming he was processing trauma, hiding the truth, or protecting Junior from emotional harm. Blueface could have posted a picture of a sandwich, and fans would have said it was symbolic. His silence was gasoline. Then came the insider bloggers, the pages that claimed to know everything while revealing absolutely nothing. One account posted, "Sources say Charleston may not be fully wrong," which sent shockwaves across the timeline. Did they name the source? No. Did they elaborate? Absolutely not. But the internet doesn't need facts, it needs fuel. That sentence alone created 500 TikToks, 300 Twitter threads, and 1,000 Facebook antis shouting, "See? I knew something was off." It was a circus, and Charleston was the ringmaster. Chrisean's silence became the most frightening part of the entire situation. She didn't jump online to yell. She didn't rant. She didn't clap back. And because she's known for reacting instantly to drama, her quietness made fans absolutely lose their minds. Some said she was strategizing. Others said she was heating up. A few dramatic ones said she was letting the storm talk for her. People projected entire storylines based on her doing nothing. Only the internet can create drama out of literal silence. Finally, Chrisean reacted, but not how anyone expected. She didn't yell. She didn't scream. She posted a short, cryptic message that simply said, "People lie every day." That was it. 5 words. And those 5 words broke the timeline in half. Her fans said it was confirmation Charleston made everything up. Her haters said it was a dodgy non-denial. Trolls said it was damage control. Meme makers added dramatic music and slow zooms. Reaction channels uploaded titles like, "Chrisean finally breaks her silence, this is wild." She posted one sentence. And it triggered a digital earthquake. But the real explosion happened when Charleston responded to her response. He went live again, and this time he came with even more dramatic flair. He paced around, waved his hands, leaned into the camera, whispered, yelled, and performed like he was on a comedy tour. He doubled down and said, "I ain't lying on nobody. I said what I said." That was enough to send the internet back into full meltdown. People were reposting clips with captions like, "He not backing down," and "This about to get ugly." Charleston wasn't clarifying anything, he was escalating. And escalation is his superpower. The meltdown then spread into real-world conversations. People started arguing at barbershops. Cousins started debating at dinner tables. Group chats turned into battlefields. Even people who didn't know who Chrisean or Charleston were got dragged into the madness. This rumor had reached critical mass. It had jumped from social media to everyday life like secondhand smoke. People were addicted to the storyline, even if they didn't understand it. That's the magic of virality. Meanwhile, Junior became the center of every discussion. Even though the rumor wasn't about physical harm, it was about influence, environment, chaos, and parenting choices. Everyone had an opinion on how Chrisean's lifestyle affects him, a discussion that was valid but twisted wildly out of context by Charleston's dramatic delivery. Some fans said Charleston was raising important concerns. Others said he was cloud chasing. But in the end, Junior became the symbol of the internet's emotional tug-of-war. Everyone claimed to care, but most people just wanted content. The long-term consequences hit hard. Brands stayed quiet. Podcast hosts took sides. Bloggers posted updates, even when there weren't any. And Charleston kept posting cryptic lines like, "More truth coming soon." Even though he clearly had no new information, Chrisean's team started cleaning up the narrative, posting wholesome videos of Junior laughing, smiling, and enjoying life. But skeptics twisted even that, saying she was trying too hard to fix her image. Ever since Charleston planted the seed, everything Chrisean did was interpreted through a suspicious lens. A smile became suspicious. A calm moment became suspicious. A loud moment became suspicious. Charleston had rewritten how the internet viewed her, at least temporarily. But the biggest twist: people eventually realized Charleston never accused Chrisean of physical harm. He never said she tried to hurt JRB. He said she had a dark plan for his future, meaning chaos, lifestyle choices, instability, and questionable decisions. The internet simply ran with the most dramatic version possible because that's what the internet does. Charleston gave them a spark. They built the wildfire themselves, and once that wildfire started, not even truth could extinguish it. If you survived this digital hurricane of chaos, conspiracies, misunderstandings, meltdown reactions, cryptic posts, and Charleston White level theatrical storytelling, then congratulations, you're officially part of the fame ripple inner circle, where rumors become entertainment, drama becomes currency, and truth, well, truth just tries to keep up. What we witnessed today wasn't a scandal, it was a viral tornado. Powered by Charleston's mouth, fueled by the internet's imagination, and carried straight into the global gossip arena like it was born to cause destruction. This wasn't content, this was cultural warfare. So before you drop into the comments ready to defend Chrisean, attack Charleston, decode emojis, drag Blueface, or write a whole essay about Junior's future, make sure you smash that like button like it stole your Wi-Fi password. Hit subscribe like you're slamming the door on generational chaos. And ring that notification bell so aggressively it wakes up your neighbors and their neighbors' neighbors. Because here on Fame Ripple, we don't just react to drama, we study it like ancient scrolls and break it down like a forensic team with no morals and unlimited caffeine. Now tell me your theory. Because this comment section is about to turn into a battlefield. Did Charleston exaggerate? Did the internet twist everything? Was Chrisean unfairly dragged? Or was this just another day where the timeline decided to lose its mind? Whatever you believe, drop ID below loud, unfiltered, and messy. Because the next scandal is already brewing, and when it hits, Fame Ripple will be right back here breaking it down with even more sarcasm, more drama, and more unapologetic entertainment. This is Fame Ripple, signing off until the next explosion drops.